Hi, my name's Nick Davis, creator and developer of the Blast Technique, and today I'm very pleased to be joined by Hannah Hatherell.
Hi there.
Hi, Hannah, can you just tell the audience a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what you specialise in?
Okay, so I've been a hypnotherapist since I had my first son. I left a career in the city, and I decided I wanted to do something that would be much more helpful to society. And I've had hypnotherapy myself after a period of anxiety when I was pregnant, actually, and I suddenly became very anxious about doing things that I wouldn't normally have been anxious about, regular things like just going swimming and things like that. It just felt very anxious. And I had a session of hypnotherapy then, and it really blew me away. So I decided then that that's what I wanted to do. So I have been working as a therapist in London, and then more recently, having moved to rural Wiltshire, have set up practice there. And absolutely love what I do, and added Blast to my toolkit about a year ago and have seen some fantastic results.
Brilliant. So that was my next question. Can you tell me about how Blast has helped you as a therapist and your clients?
Yeah, sure. Um, I heard about Blast from another hypnotherapist who encouraged me to take the course, and at the time I thought, well, I've got, I already work with lots of issues like that, and I was a bit skeptical, if I'm honest, initially, because I thought it seemed too simple, really too good to be true. But I was really glad, actually. I did the Blast course and then the advanced practitioner course, and I was really pleased that you were able to work on me, Nick, in one of the sessions as a demo, and not a minor issue that I didn't think really bothered me that much. However, it really did change the way I felt about that issue. So, from a personal perspective, I know it really works. And as a result, I'm really passionate about using it with people. And it's given me a lot more confidence as a therapist, because you see the results instantly. And in some cases, you can almost see it, the stress coming out of that person. And they'll say things like, it's gone. I don't feel that anymore. I don't feel it. And that you see the elation in their face. And that's what I think is really fantastic about this. Because often through hypnotherapy, people open their eyes and say, wow, that was great. But you don't know, you can't gauge as much how they're responding. But Blast, it's very sort of open and out there. And it's really obvious to them that they've lost that feeling, which is great.
Brilliant. Thank you for those kind words. Any memorable stories?
Um, Absolutely. One of the first times I used Blast actually was one that really blew me away. I worked with a man whose wife left him very suddenly, and she did it via video call.
Oh,
And he
God.
was not expecting it whatsoever. He was desperately in love, and his heart was broken. And he came to see me several months later because he was not able to work and it was seriously affecting his life and he couldn't let her go. And in just one session, we worked really hard at it. She was gone. And
Wow.
we followed it up with some hypnotherapy as well, and it made such difference. And as he was going through the process, you could see the pain, the heartache moving around to different centers in his body. And then he just suddenly said, "That's it. That she's gone."
Wow.
Um, so for me, that was probably and that was my first real experience of using the technique. So I was really blown away by that. I thought it was amazing. But I've helped lots and lots of people with various different issues. One young man who had been in a Chinese buffet restaurant and he'd cut into some chicken on his plate and it was raw, and that in turn had made him feel really sick. He wasn't eating chicken. He was got into very sort of OCD tendencies, washing his hands, and also he wasn't touching his pets. He was really worried about germs, um, and the Blast technique really helped him to let that go, and he wasn't worried about eating chicken anymore. So that was really fantastic to see.
Wow. That's amazing. So if people want to, what kind of things do you specialize in? And if people want to find you, how do they get in contact with you? What's your website?
Okay, so I work with a lot of people with anxiety, PTSD, depression, fears and phobias as well. My website is naturalhypnotherapy.co.uk, and I work with lots of different people.
Brilliant. Great stuff. Hannah, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks, Nick.